channel. It's your girl Gigi with Gigi Loves Beauty 2, and I am back with another video. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my face palette collection. So I'm talking bronzers, highlighters, and blushes palettes for the face. So if you want to see what I have in my face palette collection, let's go ahead and get started with this video. All right, you guys, so here is my face palette collection. So go ahead and pause this video and try to guess how many face palettes I have in this basket right here. Okay, so are you ready for the number? So there are 28 face palettes in here. And before I get started, just a disclaimer, this is not a declutter video. All I'm doing is just sharing with you the palettes that are in my collection. So without further ado, let me go ahead and get into these palettes. So I'm gonna start with the top. These four right here at the top are all the same. This is the Lovecraft Beauty Bronzer palette that I got in one of my Ipsy bags. I absolutely love this palette right here. I'm almost about to hit pan on a few of these shades. This is the first palette that I got, and I loved it so much that I got 3 backups of it to make sure that I would always have it. Next palettes I'm going to show you, these are brand new. I just picked these up, and this is the Essence Sun Club Matte Bronzing Powder Palette that looks just like this. I haven't tried it yet. These palettes are only $9.99 a piece. I'm looking forward to trying them. This one is the Essence Pure Nude Sunlighter palette that looks just like this. This is the one that's supposed to be for deeper skin tones, and I definitely agree. I had the other highlighter palette and it was too light for me, so I went ahead and I'm gonna put that in a giveaway. So I'm gonna start right at the front. This is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Blush palette right here, but these can also double as highlighters. So those are the shades in there. Next one I have is a recent purchase. This is the Natasha Denona Glow Gold palette. Those are those shades. These are more like highlighter toppers because they're super fine. Let's push this off to the side. This is the Alamar Cosmetics Blush Trio. This is the dark rich one, and the colors look like that. These blushes are so pigmented. You have to be very careful and use a really light hand when you use these blushes, but it's a beautiful blush palette and I do really like it. This is the Milani Luminoso Glow highlighter palette, which just looks like that. There are several highlighters in here that can go for all skin tones. I tend to stay in this range right here, but I've also dipped over here and used these as blushes. Next is the Morphe 8H Hi-Fi Bronzer and Highlighter Palette. I got this in one of my Ipsy bags, and I use the heck out of this palette. It is really nice. My favorite shades are this right here. It has the cult classic debutante shade here. This is a really absolutely gorgeous gold highlighter here. I use this shade Donut right here to bronze my nose because it's cooler. These two are also from Morphe. These are blush palettes. This one is the 8W. This one is the 8C. So one of these, this one is the more warm toned blushes. And of course the 8C has the cool toned blushes. Next I have some blush palettes from Juvia's Place. I have the Saharan 1 and the Saharan 2 blush palettes. So this one is the Saharan Volume 2, which is the more natural one. These, I love these because you can also use these as eyeshadows. They're super pigmented. And then this one is the volume 1, which is more bold, which looks just like this. This is the BH Cosmetics Glowing in Grease Blush and Highlighter Palette. And I really do love this, but I'm kind of disappointed because it got damaged when it was shipped to me. And this shade right here called Athens was shattered and just completely destroyed when I got it. But I'm gonna hold on to it because I really do like these blush shades. These are gorgeous, and these two highlighters are absolutely gorgeous as well. And here is another one of my favorite drugstore highlighter and bronzing palettes. This is the LA Girl Bright Beam Babe palette. That is the back that shows you the shades in here. Anytime I have a face palette, I also use these as eyeshadows too if I want to do a really natural look. But look at that. Gorgeous. I love using this in the summertime with the corresponding eyeshadow palette. And this palette right here is the Sephora Pro face palette. This is the medium one. The deep one's too dark for me. It's got a huge mirror, as you can see. And here are the shades. Also another gorgeous face palette. This is not that affordable though, just so you know. I also have here the Pure Cosmetics Blush and Brighten palette. Which looks just like this. And I have two Ofra highlighting palettes. This one has Star Island, Bali, and Blissful in it. And it looks just like that. And then this one is, this one also has a blush and a bronzer in it. So it has the shades Cheer, the classic shade Rodeo Drive, and a versatile matte bronzer. Which this is not a bronzer for me. I would use this to bronze my nose, or probably use it as just like a really natural eyeshadow. Next is the Cover FX Perfector Face Palette in Medium Deep. Got this in my very first BOXYCHARM, which looks just like that. This is a wonderful, wonderful palette, super multi-purpose. Next one I have is the Huda Beauty. This is the 3D highlighter palette, and I think this is, I forget, this is Golden Sands. No, this is the deeper one, but it just looks like that. The only product I don't use is this one right here. This is the cream, and you're supposed to put this on first and put the highlighters on over top, but I don't use this one. I just use these three here. This is a highlighter. I use this as a blush, and then I also use this as a blush as well. Looks really nice. Next ones I have, these are all from Anastasia Beverly Hills. These are highlighter palettes, the glow kits. This one is the sun dipped one, which is my favorite. This is the one I use all the time. This one is the Sugar Glow Kit. Also very, very nice. And this one is the Moonchild one. I got this in the Allure box. I don't use this that often. This is more like a specialty highlighter palette, but it is very beautiful. Okay, and this is a recent haul. This is a Sephora and Lily Lashes face palette. And here is the palette here. Sorry, that's the plastic with the shade names on it, but I'll just take it off so you can see. I'll take it off so you can see here. This is the warm tone bronzer. This is the cool tone bronzer. So I use this. This doesn't look like it's deep enough to bronze me in the pan, but trust me, when you put it on your face, it's deep enough. And then this shade over here I use to bronze my nose with. These are the two blushes in the middle, and these are the two highlighters. Can also use this on the eyes. And the very last face palette that I have is the Tarte Pro Glow and Blush palette. And it looks just like this. This palette is so beautiful and glowy and just gorgeous. I love to use this in the spring and summer. All right, so that is a wrap for my face palettes. Before I go, I'm going to share with you a little bit of what is on my face today and how I created this makeup look. So there was a lot of Miss Fenty on my face. So I use this right here. This is the Moroccan Spice eyeshadow palette, and it looks just like that. And I have this shade right here on my eyes. I have this shade right here, this purple shade in the middle. And then I also have this shade right here on my outer V. Oh, I also forgot, I did put this white shade right here on my brow bone highlight. I used the Fenty highlighter in Hustler Baby on my lid. It just looks like that. So that is what's on my lid. I used this Fenty bronzer, but I only use this to bronze my nose because the shade is kind of cool and I like more of a warm bronzer on my face, but this bronzer is like perfect for bronzing my nose. And for the highlighter right here, I had to go for the iconic Trophy Wife highlighter, which is the super glittery gold highlighter right here. That is what is on my cheeks and also in my inner corner. And for my lip combo, I have the Fenty Beauty Mademoiselle lipstick in the shade Griselda. And then over top of it, I used the Fenty Gloss Bomb in the shade Diamond Milk. All right, everyone, so that is a wrap for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you are new here, please don't forget, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. All of my returning subscribers, you guys know I love you so much for continuing to support your girl and coming back to watch my content. I love you guys so, so much, and I will see you on my next video. Bye, guys.